And then.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let them all in.
Yeah. Woo.
Boom.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's where I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it.
Feel it in your bones, guys. You are welcome here. You are welcome to feel it in your bones. Woo!
Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm waiting for nobody. You know I gotta make my mind. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. And you know what's around the bend might be hard
Hello, everybody. Holy crap. This is good. You guys feel good. Who's feeling good? How are you feeling? Put it in the comments. Let's bring some life force into this space. And where are you from? I want to know. I'm just like, I have so much gratitude coursing through me right now, especially knowing that some of you, it's like the middle of the night. Like who is like right now in the middle of the night? Or like 3 a.m. Whew, huge. Oh, okay. Oh my God, look at these comments coming through. You. We've got you guys at Canada, New Zealand, Melbourne. Yum. Wow, Brisbane, Vegas, of course. Tasmania, hello, gorgeous. Good to see you again. Firstly, I'm going to bring you a little bit closer. Do you mind if we get a little bit intimate? Can we get intimate? I want to get intimate with you. Can we get intimate? I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you for choosing you. Thank you for choosing your time and your energy and sharing. I've got goosebumps because I can feel you so powerfully. Who can feel the like intenseness of this space right now, of this like call? Anastasia's like, oh my God, I can feel it. Wow. Who's like new to my vortex? Who's new into my vortex? Put your little hand up so I can see you. Yum. Hello, welcome. Who have we got on this side? Tamara, hello. I think I just commented on one of you there. You're like, I feel you, girl. Amazing. Hello. It is so good to see you. Now, can you pop it in the comments? I want to know, how are you here today? Like, how did you find this space? How did you find this Zoom, this meeting, this session? So, oh my God, look at you guys. I can see the girls in red. Hello. These codes on your head, good stuff. I love it. Through friends, amazing. Well, it's really interesting because there's no accidents. So welcome. There's no accidents that you're here. None. And for those of you that are new into my space and those of you that are kind of just introduced to the space, we're going to play. We're all about play. We're all about freedom. And I want you to feel all of you today. I want you to feel all of you today, all of you, your ethereal, your spirit, your body, your life force, your importance, your purpose, the stuff that is like that part of you that is just like a piece of glitter that never goes out, the one that you feel deep in your core, your reason why you're here on this planet, not just here on this session. This session's done already. This is the space where you get to be all of you, feel all of you, and activate this part of you. So for you to make the most out of this 90 minutes with me, with this tribe, is for you to give yourself full permission to feel. Is that cool? Does that make sense? Full permission to feel. Because I'm going to say stuff that's just might be like, I kind of know that, but what? I want you to feel your own wisdom in that. You're knowing that like part of you that's like, oh, I kind of feel that. It's like, yes, because you're wise. Because you are wise. You are a wise one. You are a wise one. You're not on the road to becoming a wise one. You have lived many wise one lifetimes. You were born a wise one. You were chosen to be on this planet to activate that within you again and again and again and again. And today, in this moment, and moving forward in your life, I want you to remember how wise you are, how important you are. Important not from the egoic sense, important from the sense of you matter, and the fabric of you equals the fabric of the universe. Who feels that? Beautiful. Who is willing to put any fears, doubts, Yeah, any suppressed shit, and I'm going to swear, I do swear. No, it's from a place of love. Any of that stuff that's just not welcome, we can put that, like, let's just put that out the door now. Let's just put out the Zoom door. Gone. So right now I'm speaking to spirit. Right now I'm speaking to soul. You got me? Let's bring your soul forward. I want you to bring your soul forward. Like, you are soul, and soul is divinity. Soul is enlightened. You are not on a journey of enlightenment. You are enlightened. Hello, welcome to the space again. Welcome, family. Welcome, light workers. I will be referring to you as a light worker because you are light. We are light. So this is going to be, for some of you, could be like, home, thank you. For some of you, could be like just complete disbelief of like, how do you know that of me? Because we're the same. We're the same. So that's it. There's nothing, we're the same. There's no separation in who you are and who I am. We are I am. We are the I am. We are the power. We are source. We're chosen. We're chosen. I want you to write that down. I am chosen. I am chosen. I've been chosen. Did you know that in this singular moment right now, and every singular moment that passes, that there are an infinite lineup of souls wishing to be chosen? Like, line up in the cold. They're lining up in the cold. They're like floating in the atmosphere, like, choose me. And guess who was chosen out of 3 million or 3 billion sperm? How many it is? You're chosen. So welcome, chosen one. Great. You feel me? Cool. I see you. I see you beyond your circumstances. I see you beyond doubts. I see you. I see the truth. And I know you see that too. I know you see that too. And some of you will see me and go, oh, I wish I was like, which is really cool because we are the same. I'm just a mirror. I'm no different. I'm just a mirror on a different timeline. That's it, with a different conversation in my mind. So this whole 90 minutes together is actually, you're not learning anything. Okay, wise one. You're unlearning all the shit that stopped you from remembering how infinite you are. That's all. Okay, unlearning and remembering. You're going to be remembering because you have all of the codes. You are the wealth code. You are it all. Nothing exists without you. Sage is not sage without you. Palo Santo is not Palo Santo without you. Yeah, without your intention. It's actually your intention that clears the space. You are the obliterator. Your love, your ability to love so divinely is the obliterator of any density. Love, the frequency of love obliterates all other frequency. That's it. And guess what you are? You are the extension of love. You are walking sage when you choose the frequency of love, when you choose it. Fear is only fear because you choose it. Fear is only fear when we choose it. When we're afraid of something in our field, we're choosing the fear rather than choosing love to obliterate fear. These are the formulas, and this is what I'm going to keep dropping in with you guys. It's just these little nuggets of memory explosions, because when you can really get to the core of you being everything and you facilitating everything, you will be in control within the surrender. Control within the surrender, not being controlled. You are controlled within the surrender. So I have notes as well because I do tend to go on tangents, and now sometimes 90 minutes can turn to 90 days if I don't have notes. Yeah, my human needs notes because as a soul, I'm so explosive. I will just take you on a journey. You'll feel like you've done ayahuasca for the next 90 days with me. So I'm just going to keep it tame for you today. So I want to, how this is going to work today is I'm just going to go and flow. I have my notes just to make sure that you do just like drink up things that you may have forgotten. And then I'm going to take you through an activation. We're going to activate your energy center. And in that activation, I'm going to speak directly to your cells. I'm going to speak directly to your soul. And we're all soul now anyway, so that's good. We're just going to speak to the human part of you as well, the little parts of DNA that I have also forgotten. So that's going to happen towards the end of the session as well. So can everyone hear me clearly? Awesome. Great. Excellent. And so for the activation piece, if you do have headphones, I highly recommend it, or some sort of speaker, but regardless of, you will get it. Okay. And for those that are watching the replay, welcome as well. I didn't acknowledge you. We have had like, oh my God, like the most overwhelming and so satisfying amount of souls that have been attracted into this space. So welcome. I welcome you all, and welcome home, and welcome to the platform where you remember your excellence, your outstandingness. Like there's nothing, I see all of you right now and I'm like, fuck, you're amazing. Fuck, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. Ah, you're just so amazing. And it excites me so much. So have a pen and paper if you're the type of scriber. If you like to scribe, you're like, but then some of you could just want to receive. If you just want to receive the like, you can receive, because there's a replay that you're going to get after this as well. So it's all perfect. All right. So whatever feels good to you right now is so perfect. So question, what is wealth to you? Pop it in the comments. I'd love to kind of get a gauge on your definition of wealth. Abundance in all areas of my life, accumulation of something, freedom, abundance, freedom. Oh my God. Oh, my solar plexus is going hard out right now, freedom. Isn't that cool that I had that song on as well? Of course. Joy, total expansion, the freedom to be, do, have, create. Thank you for the message. Thank you. Amazing. Freedom, choice, abundance, yum. Okay. Full juiciness. Yes. Yes. How does an orange get juicier? I'm going to leave that there for a moment. Okay. Next question. What's consciousness to you? I am. Awareness. Yes. Perfect. Yum. Feeling light and free. Higher understanding. Awareness. Great. It's good. Okay. And do you want more wealth consciousness? Cool. Well, an orange becomes juicier. How does an orange become juicier? How does an orange become juicier? The orange stops trying to be an apple. Receive that. The orange stops trying to be an apple. It's a little context of what we're going to be doing today. Squish it. Squish the orange. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to share with you, because when I share my introduction of like who I am, where I'm from, man, I can take you for ages. So I have a little share that I want to share with you in video so you can really feel who I am. I'm going to share the sound as well. Don't forget that part. And that is not what I wanted to show you, but yo. Can everyone see that? Okay. Maybe let's not do that one. And let's not do that one. Is everyone, like, can everyone see that? My screen that's not working right now? Great. Might have to find it again. Hang on. Bear with me, peeps. Aha. Here we go. The suspense is over. Well, not really. Here we go. Okay, you guys got me? We can't hear it. What is going on?
It was working from my end. I could hear and see it.
Oh, could you? Okay.
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, great. Well, let's try that again. Here we go.
My name is Jax. I have such a big mission on my heart. And the mission is to really ignite others to their mission. To really remind others of their innate gifts, their genius, their wisdom, their ancient connections. And to really show others and be the example of infinite possibilities just by being ourselves, like our true selves. Ourselves beyond fear, ourselves beyond judgment. I'm so here to be the remembrance of that. And I'm willing to do anything, be anything, show anything. There is something deeply profound that stirs within me when I hold another in their rawest emotions. There are no walls, just purity. The sorrow is deep and heavy. I know their suffering and confusion, so I hold them in unconditional love with everything that I've got. This is how I know I am in the right place. This is what I live for. This is what I'm alive for. I didn't always know that this was the path destined for me. I had to learn the hard way, which I also now know is the only way. My sensitivity to pain is intrinsic. I recognize every broken heart, every sign of trauma, every need to scream. I know this because this has been me too. It was only a few years ago where I was heartbroken, broke, and drowning in over hundreds and thousands of dollars of debt. I was always stressed and dissatisfied with the life I lived. My father and best friend died in the space of 6 months. I was emotionally bankrupt and would often have suicidal thoughts. I hated my reality. No money, no home, no family, no job, and a bleak future. I should have been on benefits for the rest of my life, but that is a life I refused to inherit because I have always felt a strong responsibility to be more than my circumstance. My devotion of being an empowering role model for my children is where it all started for me. What world would I be proud of leaving behind for them? I believe in a world where every person meets their truth of their infinite wisdom, where we gather as tribes again and hold each other in loving gazes. I believe in a world where we all meet our power through our unique charisma and we realize that the medicine has never been outside of ourselves. So I got to work. I was so tired of feeling so alone in my mission, so I surrounded myself with others who lived their life pulled by purpose. I reinvested all my earnings into working with mentors who were creating massive change in the world, and I did everything they guided me to do. No excuses, just action. I learned how to say yes to my soul whispers and turn down the noise of doubt in my mind. I chose to make up my own rules in creation while always staying connected to the vision I have for the world. I became a rebel to the status quo. I learned how to collaborate and co-create with outstanding heart-led entrepreneurs. And in what feels like a blink of an eye, my entire reality has shifted. Every day is fulfilled by my mission after having founded the Awaken Your Life Force Quantum Sound Healing Experience. I also now teach fellow heart-centered leaders how to scale to 6 figures and beyond, being exactly who they yearn to be while delivering incredible, transformative, revolutionary events and retreats. I activate light language in others all over the world. And I mentor global lightworkers in world-class facilitation and wealth consciousness mastery. I believe that when I can help a lightworker remember who they are, I am on the right track. Every breath of this life feels like bliss. Welcome into my vortex. There are no accidents. You're meant to be here because you've got work to do. I am so grateful to be serving you. We are just getting started. Who's got goosies? Who's got goosies? I've got goosies. Oh my God, it's so funny because that first part of that video was in 2019. As you can see, I didn't have the tattoos. And it was like when I was starting out and I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew is what I wanted. All I knew is how I wanted to feel. I wanted that juiciness. The juiciness that you feel in your heart and soul right now, the part of you that's just like, I don't know, but I know. Who knows? Who knows? Who really knows within yourself? You're like, I am here for something greater. And that greatness is an expression of you. An expression of you. Like, who here wants to work 3 jobs and earn a lot of money? Doing 3 jobs that just like doesn't light you up, right? Who wants to be waking up, pulled by purpose, fulfilled with life force, with vision, with community, proximity, and tribe every day, completely knowing full well that you are the fucking orange? Yeah? Yes, that's what we're here for. This is who you are. You're here because you want more. You know that. And I'm here to remind you that you are the more. You are the more. You are the more. So I want to say a little thank you and a little celebration for all of my light workers that are in my space already, that I work with already. I can see you here. Thank you. Welcome. I love that we're always supporting each other in this way. It just is just extraordinary. I love you so much. And so we're going to get started. Who is open? Are you open, I should say? Are you open for me to shattering some illusions within you for the next hour? Shattering. May I have permission to be in flow state with you? May I trigger you from a place of love? And also, may I deliver light language into your field that connects with your energy centers? I want to ask permission before I do that later, that you welcome me into your energy. Is that cool? Yay. Yes. Thank you. So I'm just going to ask everyone to close our eyes for a moment, please. I just want to honor all of the custodians of all of our lands. We all reside on different parts of Mama Gaia right now, and I just want to honor all of the ancestors and the custodians that have walked before us, that have paved this way for us to be in the safety that we are right now as light workers, as magical shaman women, witches, wizards, aliens. Thank you for the safety that we have right now. Thank you for the battles that have been fought
and the blood that has been shed for us to be in this now moment together, uniting as one. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Thank you, creation. Thank you, Pachamama. Thank you so much for your constant love. Thank you to our guides. All of our guides are welcome into this space. Celestial realms, earth guides, whoever it is, you are welcome into this space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please support us in this transmission today as we remember who we are. Thank you. Amen. Aho. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what are we going to be doing is we're going to be simplifying life. Simplifying. We want to go into simple, and for some of you it's like, you know, you're like, who's like entrepreneurial here? Who's kind of like has business and you're kind of super curious and you're like, what, like how, right? And who feels like you keep falling stuck sometimes in the trap of understanding what wealth is and understanding how to accumulate, as you were saying, accumulate and grow and scale. Okay, so many of us, and who here is kind of just feels like you're just at the beginning, you're just exploring, just kind of like, just want to see, want to feel. Great. Okay, amazing. I've got like 3 pages of you to go through. This is excellent. So amazing. So you're here because you are a light worker, and a light worker to me is not somebody who is donned in mala beads or has a mandala tattoo on their back or wears crystals. A light worker is a willingness. A light worker is a belief. A light worker is a desire, a yearning to discover and meet the light within yourself. And therefore, in that process, by organic evolution, you desire to help others because you remember how freaking amazing and juicy it is to be in your light. So you want others around you to also meet their light. Who falls into that category? Excellent. Light worker. Welcome. So, yes, Luanda, amazing. Before we start, I want to ask you a question. Right now, you're just in your truth, just where you are. You don't have to share this piece. You get to write it down in your journal. From a scale to 1 to 10, 1 being like super low, 10 being like freaking on point, how do you rate your current wealth template? Even if you don't know what that is, you do know. So whatever comes to you first, I want you to write it down. Perfect. So 4 years ago, you saw some of my story just then in that video, but to give you a real context of where I'm going to be speaking from in the simplification of all of this, is I lived in a very small studio apartment under someone's house. I had a car that was like very old, outright, it wouldn't go over 80 kilometers an hour. It was just like, I had lost everything. I had lost everything. I mean, every part of my life completely crushed. Yeah, I was like drawn all the way back to ground zero, if not more, right? My wealth template then was at -10. There was just not even a thing. Yeah, because it was everyone else's fault, first and foremost. It was everyone else's fault how and why my life was the way it was. So when you have nothing, when I had nothing except for drowning in my own tears and cheap wine every night, and the only thing that I could access was free on YouTube, I started looking and I started asking questions. I started to really go, you know what? I'm here at ground zero. It can't really get any worse. Who kind of has been there before? It can't get any worse than this. So I was in that space. And so I started looking from that space. I was like, yo, something's going to change, but I don't know how and I don't know where. And I found Abraham Hicks. Who knows Abraham Hicks? If you don't know Abraham Hicks is, I used to say spirit that channels through a beautiful woman named Esther Hicks. Abraham is a male name to us, but Abraham is the entity, the spirit, the body of spirit that channels through Esther. And the teachings they're really known for is the law of attraction, the universal laws, law of attraction, particularly. I'd never heard of this before. And I was like, it's those soul moments where they're talking like this stuff about being completely responsible for your reality, and you actually manifested it. That was a tough one. That was a really tough pill to swallow. I was just like, yo, that can't be true. No way am I responsible for me losing everything, my family, my wealth, my car. I didn't do that. Who's ever felt that too? Come on, be honest. Yeah, right. We have. So that was where I started. But then I had to start unweaving and unwinding some of the beliefs that I'd gathered up until this point, because I realized, and I had to take a really good look at my reality and go, wow, I actually did. I actually did. I lashed out at people. I spent a lot of money that I didn't have. I prioritized spending. I prioritized my greed. Yeah, my greed over like relationships. That was who I was. But I didn't know it because that was how I was trained to be. I didn't know it. All I knew was that money was scarce. All I knew was that money will go very quickly. All I knew is that you had to work really, really, really hard for money. You had to work really hard. Like if you're not producing, if you're not in production, you don't earn money. That's what I knew. My father worked really hard. My mother worked really hard. My mother came from poverty in the Philippines. I was born into poverty. Even to this day, my mother would rather spend $50, like she would rather spend $50 on 50 different items than one really valuable one. Yeah, because she just doesn't see the difference, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. But I also know it's not going to, it was never, having that as my template was never going to get me past the ceiling that I was. Knowing that I'm here for greatness, and knowing that I'm here for more, knowing that I'm here to impact people just like this, you guys just like this. Me 4 years ago, me 5 years ago was not in a position to do this, because me 5 years ago didn't actually journey to where I am now, but I had to start somewhere. So what I'm going to share with you, regardless of where you are at right now, there's a part of you that knows you need to be here. There's a part of you that feels stuck. I don't know what that is, but I also know. And so what I'm brought forward is a download. Like what happens the night before I actually have to do this is that it's like my crown cracks open. And it's like all of my celestial friends, they just like drop information in here. And then boop, 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 and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get up early. And they're like, it's crazy, right? And then sometimes I question, I was like, but that's just too easy. What? Like we should know this already. They're like, give it to them. So I'm going to give it to you. And I want you to receive this in humility. You already gave me permission to trigger you, so that's great. But in the receiving of this, I want you to put to the side any judgment you have on yourself. I want you to put to the side any shame that you have around money. I want you to put anything to the side, any comparison. The comparison thing is evil. Comparison, you can't get more further from God than comparing yourself, right? We're going to put that to the side. I want you to see this whole call, this session right now, and everybody you see on this session, I want you to see like we're on the cleanest slate. We're starting from ground zero. Yeah, because we are exposed. We are intelligently exposed, and we are non-intelligently consuming. I'm going to say that again, because this is where everything that I say is going to go back to you to taking your power back. Nothing that I'm going to share with you today is outside of your ability, your capability, and your power. And we are now in a timeline. We're like literally like right next to a photon belt that is just like the timeline. Who's actually noticed recently that the manifestations like so many of us just like, what? No, what? Manifestation isn't, there is no right or wrong manifestation. It's just a result. It is what we feel is what's coming through. So it happens really quickly. So this is a really great time for light workers to be ignited, for you to come into that template of like neutrality and your wisdom activated, because you get to now leverage from this timeline, the timeline where manifestation has just like is happening really, really, really quickly. And so bringing you back to this space in humility, I want you to just be so open to this. I want you to actually crack open every part of you that is going to allow you to venture in an instant to venture to the places that this resonates with in your life and really go there. Just go there in humility. So the first point, I've got 9, maybe 10, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The pillars that have me now living in my dream home with a multiple 6-figure empire that has been developed and created by me being in my temple of truth, always operating from my temple of truth, which is really exciting because we are a temple of truth, right? By me being so laser focused on not consuming unintelligently. Unconscious consumption killed me. It caused comparison. It killed me. I had to take full responsibility of that. I stopped unconsciously consuming. I created my own template from the place of where all I had was white wolves. I chose to live life and create a foundation within myself that regardless of I had nothing or everything, I didn't change. My belief didn't change. My value of myself didn't change. My worthiness didn't change. My conversation didn't change. The way I look in your eyes didn't change. Take everything away from me, guys. I'm still fucking rich. Take everything. I dare you. It's so fun for me. I'm like, bro, easy. That's easy. I love getting dirty. Let's play. Yeah. But I wasn't always like that. So these principles are for you to activate that part of you. That's like, I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. You watch me, right? Wherever you are at right now, you are in the perfect place. Your external, it's your belief that we've got to work on. Not your house, not your car, not the food you have in the fridge. It's your belief. And that's what I had to work on. I made love with my walls. When I had a 0+ negative bank account, I was in over $300,000 of debt, guys. Imagine what that did. Who's like has ever been in that much debt? Yeah, and how scary does that feel? It's like crippling. Who's really afraid to ever be in that much debt? Right? Yeah, we all are. That's the truth. So in that, you really meet yourself in that space. Because you meet the invisible prison that you're in. I met the invisible prison. I was like, this is really absurd. Why do I want to kill myself right now? Like, why do I actually feel like I want to kill myself? Because apparently, because I don't have money. There's something seriously wrong with this picture. There's something seriously wrong with the fact that my whole well-being and my worthiness just drops according to a number on a screen. I want you to really feel how absurd that is. Absurd. According to a number on a freaking screen, my worthiness just dropped. And somehow my children's mother, my children's birther, my children's creatrix was no value to this planet because the number on the screen tells me how to feel. Remind yourself how absurd that is when you do that. It's absurd. What is the message that we're here to give to the world? We help the world with that in our veins? Hell no. Hell no. That is the first place to start. Hell no. Because that is what we're passing on to our kids, that absolute fear and that invisible prison. The invisible prison. And it's got nothing to do with money. It's the decision that we made. It's got nothing to do with money. Money is neutral. That's the thing. It's decision that we made around it. In any other cultures, there's cultures, right? Any culture, there's different currencies. For us, it's money. For others, it's goats. It doesn't matter whether it's money or goats. What matters is that we've given our power to an external supply that tells us how we value ourselves or how we are important or not important on the planet. So let's say, oh, I've got like $100 in the bank. I'm more important now than when I have less than $100 in the bank. Does this like, no, not allowed, not allowed. Get rid of that out of your field. Put that like, I want that to just be in your awareness so you can see how absurd that is every time you do it, and don't judge yourself in it because you are now mastering a new art. Because if you're not programming yourself, someone else is. If you're not programming yourself, someone else is. So take responsibility for reprogramming yourself, reprogramming from that ickiness. Because wealth is a feeling. Wealth is a feeling. Wealth is not a thing. It is a feeling. And when you can find opulence, taste opulence in a piece of bread, you are wealthy. You are wealthy. But what happens is that we have these little moments, right, of this like, I'm wealthy, I'm great, I've done my manifestations, my affirmations, and then we unconsciously consume. And what happens to the unconscious consuming, what that does, it just alleviates and brings more power to the belief system that's in us already that has us comparing in the first place. So this is why your consumption is vital and your permission of consumption. And that means exposure, TV, Facebook, social media, relationships. I had to be really aware of who was in my inner circle, and not in a place of worthiness or not. It's the conversation and the programming within the conversations. I had to surround myself with people who were dreaming as big as I was. I had to surround myself with people whose conversation with money about money was neutral, which was actually partnering with money to create great things in the world. I had to put myself in those circles, and I did that in however I could, because the conversation behind a coffee machine and the conversation within a mastermind circle is very different. Because the conversation behind the coffee machine was planning our drinks after work. That's not wrong. I had the best life in my 20s. In my 20s, I was all over drinking and drugs. Like, I was a fucking party animal. I did it. Great. Equipped me so well to relate. I love my life, but it's not where I know my potential is. So keep your potential and your vision on the forefront. And when you're choosing your conversations, when you're choosing what you're consuming, and let your consumption be what creates what you are contributing. And so how is wealth a feeling? The universal laws are the only laws. So I wrote this down, it just dropped in earlier today. Your body is your bank. Limiting beliefs are your debt. And the universal laws are our banker. This is great. Again, you get to take your power back in this whole conversation. Your body is your bank. It will tell you how wealthy you are. Our body is a compass. Our body is a genuine compass. When you have someone in your space, who's ever had that like icky feeling of someone like just like, I don't know, there's something about them, I'm just not sure, yeah? Or when you eat something that's not right? Your head's like, oh my God, I love it. But your body's like, no. Our body is like the most truthful compass. It's a compass and it's our banker, right? When our well-being is direct correlation to our wealth. And well-being is everything. Well-being is, Instagram slide it, tiny, onto it. Our well-being is what it is what it emanates, because the universal law of attraction, does everyone know, like who's aware of the universal law of attraction? Pretty much everyone. If not, that's cool. I'll explain it in short term. There's 12, if not 13 universal laws that we cannot defy. We don't get educated on this. We don't get educated. Gravity is one of them. Gravity is one of them. The universal laws is also one of them. The universal law of polarity is one of them. If you jump onto Google after this call to check out the universal laws, 12 universal laws, get educated because they're the banker. This is the banker. When you actually master the art of the universal laws, which is basically abiding by them, you take where you're at and scale very quickly, especially in this timeline, because the energy is very lit up right now. But how it works is the universal law of attraction is what I like to call the boomerang law. Have you ever heard of what you put out is what you get back? What you put out is what you go. There is so much truth in that. I have enough evidence to prove that is like it is the only truth that exists, right? But what is putting out? It's not a logical putting out. Logical, the universe doesn't speak in language. It only communicates in energy, in frequency, in feeling. I want to get it down to like the simplest point. It's not like, oh, I'm manifesting a car. It's like, what does it feel like to be in the car? Is more powerful than visualizing. Visualizing a car will get you nowhere. You just you're still in the template of like, I wish I had a car. And you're trying to visualize a car. All you're doing is sending the feeling of not having the car. So the universe is like, oh, you don't want a car? Cool, I'll give you that. But you're like, in the car, different feeling. With the clients, different feeling. With the enterprise, different feeling. Have won the lottery, different feeling. In the house of your dreams, completely done. Send that out there. Universe is like, oh, you want that? I got you, boo. Yeah? So wealth is feeling. But every time we're still awaiting the validation of the external, and validation is violation. Validation is violation. The seeking of validation is completely separating ourselves from the truth, the absolute truth that we are born perfect, whole, and complete. Like, done deal. Let that be your truth. So validation is actually violating that truth, the seeking of validation. And so what happens is that we walk around and I was like, I don't have a nice car, so I guess I'll be more worthy when I have a nice car. I'll get there. There's no there, by the way. There is no there. We're not getting anywhere. You are here. There is no there, because there is here yesterday. There was already here yesterday. You wanted there is now already. So be here now and feel from the place now and use your skill set of your mind to literally soak in every reason why you should be grateful. Because what happens from that place, you send that out and it's what comes back. And this sounds really simple, but this simplicity is exactly what we need. The more we keep trying to figure it out outside of ourselves, we never get there. Because you're continuously giving your power away, giving it away, diluting who you are, diluting your life force. Wake up every day remembering your template, your temple and your template of perfection, of life force, of intention. And remember that you've never been punished. It may feel like it. It may feel like it, but you've always only ever been prepared. Because light workers, you're here with a mission on your heart, but to really be in alignment with the integrity of your mission, you have to be prepared. And unfortunately, sometimes preparation hurts. Man, you just got to see what the Navy SEALs have to go through to be prepared for that, the excellence, the level of excellence that they operate at. But that level of excellence is available to all of us when we can look at our life, reflect on our own reality and go, I chose this and I was chosen. I was chosen. I am chosen. When you can remind yourself with these things, and I'm just getting started. Every day when I stuffed up, when I felt like I stuffed up according to constructs that were outside of myself, constructs or a failed conversation or a failed this and a fear of like, you know, failing. Failure is not an actual thing. Did you know that? Like failure is, there's no such thing as failure. That is so made up and we believe it. You can't actually fail anything. When have you actually ever failed anything? Someone. I'm still pressed to find someone who's actually failed at anything, because whatever happens after that was always meant to happen. There's always a lesson in everything. There's an evolution in everything. So if you can take that out of the picture for yourself, do yourself a favor by going, actually, I can't even fail anything, can't get anything wrong. I just can't get anything wrong. Do you know how fun life gets to be when you don't actually, when you can't get anything wrong? You just can't get anything wrong. Does that make sense? Does that feel like? Do you look back in your life and go, well, that shitty thing happened, but yo, I actually became a better person from it, or I learned a massive lesson from that. Fail up? Yep, fail up. So this is the stuff, this is the juicy stuff that you got to keep reminding yourself. And regardless of what you are like bringing on right now in this space, it's like, it's up to you to remind yourself every day of this, every day, because it's your template, it's your belief system that we're working on, nothing else outside of you. And watch your life change. Just watch it. It's like a guarantee. Watch your life expand when you allow yourself expand regardless of what's happening outside of you. Richness is a feeling that we all have access to all the time. And if you ever have a challenge with that, I inspire you. When I used to sit there and I'd be like, oh my God, when am I going to get paid again? Or I don't know what's happening. Like, man, like I know this feeling all so well of just freaking out about my next bill, freaking out about my rent. I also know that it's never gone to where I figured it was going to. It never went there. I have a really great imagination. But that feeling is what I prioritized, not the actual outcome. The feeling was disappointment, failure, fear, unworthiness, shame. When I felt that in my body, I questioned my reality. I created a new standard for myself. This is where you must create a new standard for yourself. And the standard is, I mustn't feel that ever. So you have to recognize the feeling in your body. the feeling of comparison, the feeling of being less than, the feeling of shame. Don't judge it, know it. It's as information. It's telling you something's not right. Does that make sense? It's telling you something's not right. So don't judge it. We do this thing and we're like, oh, and then we mope and we're like, oh, I'm a failure and everything is like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then we scramble and we do this thing and it's just painful. It's torture. We torture ourselves. What if you could actually just be so conscious and be like, whoo, what story am I adhering to that has me feeling less than right now? What am I adhering to? It's either I'm letting someone down, I'm letting this down, I'm doing that. There's always a really disempowering, limiting belief or a limiting story that you've adhered to for your body to feel that way. Every time. It's not your external, it's not your couch, it's not spilt milk. It's none of that. It's none of that. It's not how many clients you have or how many clients you're getting. If you're in business and you're having troubles with your clients or like gaining clients, it's because you have a belief within you that's already telling you that you're not worthy of it. That's it. We are all reflections of each other. It's not your skill set. It's not you. It's not even you. It's what you believe in yourself. There's a part of you that says, there's a part of you that's like the deepest core belief that says, I'm not ready or I'm not worthy. But if you can excavate to that part with reprogramming yourself by saying to yourself, I'm actually chosen. Oh no, how can that be? I am a chosen one. How can that be? I'm only just getting started. How can that be? Oh, that's just absurd. Bring so much absurdity to your limiting beliefs. Like really like just, oh, how did you get there? That's disgusting. No way. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. You have to be willing to do this for yourself every single time. And don't seek outside of yourself, because if someone has to tell you, you still don't believe it. If you need someone to tell you, you clearly don't want to believe it. You clearly don't want to believe it. Believe it as much as you believe the earth is holding your feet. Believe it as much as you know that the sun is rising tomorrow and will set again. Believe it. It is a choice. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You've just forgotten the power of your choice. How are you feeling? This is like, is this, you pop it in, give me some like, whoo. Lit up. Amazing, amazing. Whoo. Who's feeling like you get to have your power, like you've got your power back? This is like soaking this up. So it's like, I actually get to make a choice. Yes, this is everything. I love you guys. Feeling all that, take my power back, remembrance, powerful, beautifully triggered. I love you. Thank you for allowing me to beautifully trigger you. Lots of golden remembering. And all it takes is, it's called a compounding effect. So notice where you are seeking the microwave solutions, because the microwave solutions are totally, is a corrupted illusion that is like the complete opposite of the universal laws. Now, there's a universal law that I feel like I've got to share with you right now. It's called the universal law of gestation. And gestation, like gestational period, there's a gestational period for everything in nature. We are nature. Gestation, when a seed is planted for it to blossom to harvest. When a baby is conceived, 9 months, you can't rush that. You can't rush it. But this is what we tend to do. We think because we're exposed to microwave solutions and everybody's highlight reels and everybody's doing this in this amount of time, we're not really tuning into our gestation. We're like so consumed with their gestation. And then this part of us just goes, well, I've got to do that. And if I don't get that, I've failed. I'm a failure. I'm shit. I mustn't be talented enough. I mustn't be skilled enough. When we've just completely ignored our own gestational period and the gestational period of the vision that we're here to create or bring to life, the entity or the spirit of the vision. So we've got to be willing to be super real with ourselves and not get really caught up in being disappointed when our pregnant baby, the birthing of, is only at 4 months and it's not here yet. Because what happens when we compare, we take our attention away from our gestation, which means we then dilute the energy and the nutrition and the nourishment that we're here to give out, the entity that has chosen us to bring to life. We start comparing, we start slowing down, we get into this trap. We could be in so much momentum, but then we fall into the trap of it not having be here yet, and then realizing that we fall back into the energetic force field of rebirthing again. And that cycle. Has anyone experienced that? Dropping into that like, oh, I'm not here yet, but because everyone else around us is there, but there's no there. There's no there. I tell you what, multiple six figures is not anywhere that is any different to you. It's just more problems. It's more investments. Nothing has changed within me compared to me 2 years ago. Nothing. I just have more problems and more responsibility, right? I have a great life, but I'm willing and ready for the problems. You see, your preparation and your gestation is only preparing you for the problems that are coming. But if it's a problem to not have what you want already, you've completely missed the mark on what you're preparing for. If you want success in your business or if you want success in any area of your life, you have to be willing to understand the responsibility that you're preparing for now for that to come into your life. And if you're not ready, you're not a frequency match to the responsibility and the willingness and the capacity, you're not going to get it. It's not happening. Your frequency, your energy, your capacity, because if you can't hold a belief system that's empowering for yourself, how can you hold that from anyone else? And service, the requirement for us as leaders, as light workers, is to actually have the capacity to hold such a strong pillar of belief. So when the others who you care for, where your wings are holding your communities, when they forget their template, you have to have such a solid template to share, to remind them of theirs. But if you're walking around with no solid template yourself, they're not coming yet. Is that making sense? Prioritize your template. Prioritize it, like more than anything, because the universe is not separate, doesn't discriminate. The universe does not discriminate. It's not like, oh, well, you've been a bad girl. You lied at 15 or you stole that candy. You're not going to get what you want. No way. The universe is like, what do you want? What are you ready for? What are you ready for? What are you ready for? If we're constantly still like in that energy of comparison or like this, it's like, you're just not ready, and that's fine. Like universe is like, I don't want to give you what you're not ready for. That's like, why would you do that? So this is like the microwave solutions is an illusion. And you've got to catch yourself when you are falling in that trap of the microwave, of like needing microwave solutions. It's a trap. It's a trap, and where it's like intentionally keeping us small from our power, like from explosiveness. Because you can, and the interesting thing is, so many years ago, the one question that I really had for myself was that there must be a way to just be completely myself and live the most extraordinary life by being wholesomely, expressively me. That's how I want to live. That's all. I just want to live that every day. And but you know what? The promise, God's promises to that is the promise of abundance. That is the promise of abundance. The birthright of abundance isn't actually stuff. It's not stuff. It's actually being abundant from every aspect of your being. And then the universe then brings to you what you're an energetic, like you're just abundant. So of course, it's going to come into your vortex, but we try and do it the other way. We're taught to do it the other way. Have that abundance for you to then be abundant, but then who knows that trap? Because you're like, I still don't feel abundant. Like, I have a new car, I bought it last week, and they're like, the festival period is over for that, and it's just like, I still feel like shit. So it's the other way around. It's the other way, which is exciting. Take your power back. Whew. Alrighty. Okay. Feeling it. Let that soak into your cells right now. And always remember, there is always someone who has it worse than you every time. That's right, Kat. Okay, so that was the nuggets. Whew. I'm like, whoa. And I'm just gonna, this song is like, okay, I got it, I'll play it. And then I'm gonna play a song to then switch gears to drop you in to an experience. Is that cool? All right. This song, you can't not.
You. Yes. You. All of you. Your chaos and your madness. Your foolish nonsense. Your fearless magic. You are welcome here. Your passion and your eros. Your red fever dreams. Your resistance. Your doubt, your power, wild and uncontained. You, yes, you. Your fist of rage, your bottomless grief, your heartbreak bursting out at the seams, spilling out in messy floods of inconvenient feelings, yeah. You, yes, you. Your oceans of confusion, your terror running deep, your river of longing, your precious illusions. Even if it makes you look foolish, even if it makes you go mad, all of you is welcome here. Your brain tangled with neurons, firing wild impulses from the dark forest of your unconscious. You are welcome here. The twisted vines and purple fog of melancholy in your heart. Your bloody, messy, crazy love. Your fears. Your desires wet with unrequited lust. Pushing and stretching to be expressed. The lies you told yourself. Your deepest regrets, the mess of never getting it exactly as you had planned. You, yes, you. Your awkward stumbles, your shaky knees, your hunger for some meaning. You are welcome here. Your flaming hatred, your tender, broken faith, your need for control. You are welcome here. Your untainted innocence, your will to rise again, the pain you try to hide. You are welcome here. I want every part of me touched and seen. I want to be as big as the universe and as tiny as an insect. I want every contradiction, every disproportionate feeling, every chaotic thought to be met. right here. I want to writhe and howl and groan with the deep root of life. I want to be held with such soft sweetness that this fragile ache of need finally opens and lets go. I want to be known as a depraved and holy animal, as consciousness, as infinite, as flesh and bone and skin. I want to roll on the ground and slither. I want to scream. I want to kiss where my feet have been. I want to cry and need and feel. Right here. I want to explode and hold this ancient pulsing groan of ocean that lives in me. Right here. Meet me here, where the paint touches the canvas, where the past is dead and dangling, where the future is a vacant space. Right here. Where this unfolding moment is the refuge of the heart. Right here. Come with me. You are welcome here.
I'm getting comfortable, sisters, brothers. Getting comfortable. Closing your eyes when you're ready. Taking a deep breath in, just connecting with your breath. Just really becoming present and aware with your body. Allowing yourself to come into more presence here, now. Just with your awareness, bringing forth your light body in your awareness. Relaxing your shoulders, just relaxing even more. Just sweeping the physical body and just bringing more relaxation and presence and grounding you in. Bringing forth your light body, the fractals, the fragments, your cells, that reverberation that exists within you. Just going to bring it forth purely with your intention. And in this moment, noticing that as your light body, you're connected to everything. The sun, the earth, stars, breath, the atmosphere. And notice as you tune in a little more, you can really feel your reverberation. This transmission is really going to activate your light body, the part of you that remembers, the part of you that glows with 12 strands of DNA, that glows, the part of you that holds all of your genomes ready to explode, that exclusiveness of you, the uniqueness of you, your soul, unbound, crystal clear.
And in this moment, I'm calling on the celestial realms, those in which that support your beam of light, you as light, your reverberation, to offer support and holding you with the crystalline rays, diamond light. It's bringing you forth even more. I want you to heighten the vibration that you are, heighten your vibration. Feel the intensity of your illumination. Feel the intensity of your brilliance. Heighten it a little bit more. I want you to really double that feeling. Heighten your illumination, heighten your brilliance, heighten your perfection. You to really tune into connecting with the truest source of you being source, the truest source of you being source. So now we just activating this reverberation of you. Now feeling the reverberation amplify even more. 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 Tuka umrata askai idiutka humbraskiata sualianarata kasa boaleanarata kasiata tikia. This energy source is coming from all corners of the universe, every corner, which is infinite. Huasa dietidit ekianarata sakia, reminding us that we've always been connected to the whole universe. Yiskio walenianata kasiata hiakuala anasia. And we've never been alone. We are needed more than ever. The dimness of our light impacts the dimness of the whole universe. We are being powerfully requested to remember who we are. Now they're like weaving through your energy center. May you walk forth as the vibration that you are connected to light. And they're going to be working with you in every part of your being, especially your subconscious mind, to lay the foundations of your ultimate truth. You may feel that you have your own truth, but we share the same truth. Dear ones, we love you. Please shine bright. We need you. Just putting your hands on your heart. Taking a deep breath in. It's a nice, slow, deep breath, however you need. And exhaling at your own leisure, at your own pace. Just letting it soak in for a moment in silence. And now with every breath, breathing your light into your physical body. The highest frequency of reverberation. Welcome it into your body. The highest frequency of light. The highest frequency of source. Breathe it into your cells. Breathe it into your DNA. Breathe it into your energy centers. May this template never leave you. May you never forget this template again. May you never fall trapped to the illusions of separation. Your light has never been separate to anything or anyone. Your light has never been separate to the sun. Every planet courses through your veins in the frequency and reverberation that you are. May you never forget that all eyes are on you at all times. Revered, honored, respected, and needed. You're chosen for a reason. May you remember this. May you remember that human is a blessing. You were chosen. You are chosen. And you are just getting started. Just gently giving thanks to yourself, giving thanks to your celestial support, giving thanks to God, giving thanks in your own mind, in your own heart, allowing gratitude to be the blanket, gratitude to be the cementer, the absorber, the part of you that's always, always wealthy, which is your gratitude. Allow this to seep into your consciousness as your awareness, your only awareness, as your awareness, your only awareness, that you are wealth consciousness. Whenever you're ready, dear beloveds, all of you is welcome here.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Divine priestesses, goddesses, come home now. Witches, you are safe. You are safe to be gifted. You are safe to be outspoken. You are safe to be wild. You are safe to be weird. You are safe to illuminate. You are safe. And you are welcome. This era chose you for a reason. Never, ever doubt that. Never doubt that. Never doubt how reverent you are, how celebrated you are, how required you are. Not in what you have, in you, in your expression, in your breath, in your laughter, in your joy, in your pain, in your sorrow. Required. You are so safe and welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we close off today, and actually feel free to scribe in the comments or however you feel. For some of you really needed to be seen in this way and be reminded. Good. There's nothing wrong with you. There never has been. You're just so perfect. It's crazy how much you've forgotten. You're so capable. It's crazy how much you've forgotten. So take the wisdom from today, plaster it everywhere. Use the skill of your mind to reprogram yourself. Our mind is a machine. It's to be programmed. So program yourself. Write down a list of 100 things that you're just so effingly grateful for, even to the slightest piece of grass on land that you never dreamt that you could live on before. Gather all of your blessings and put it everywhere, everywhere. Because there then comes a time when it really just becomes who you are. There was a time where I needed the reminders, but now I am my reminder. And I want this for you. I want this so badly for you. I want you to remember how gifted you are and how magical you are and how worthy you are and how necessary you are. How necessary you are in everything. Don't let the walls of the illusion separate you from that. I want you to see yourself and see God, really. The humility of it, the humility of God, the connection of God, the compassion of God, the love of God, the experience of God, the experience that God wants for you is you, is you. Because what you do now with this information, what you do now with your own ability to program, you're programming your lineage. You're programming humanity. The new earth starts with you. The golden age starts with you, not outside of us, not a circumstance. Starts with you remembering, I am the golden age. Now, what does that look like? What does that feel like? And how can I be this in all moments? Whew. Okay, wow, that was, whew. I love you guys so much. And so our next session, which you will get there is another session after this in next month. And you're going to integrate this piece. It's an actual ritual that's going to cement a lot of this in. It's a ritual. It's a ritual where we take this beautiful template and we spread it over the globe and beyond. It is actually one of the most powerful rituals I've ever facilitated. I know some have actually experienced this ritual before, and there is not, every single person that experiences this ritual, you catapult your experience of yourself to another level. You will get an invitation with the replay email, okay? I'd love to see you all on there. You'll get all of the things that you need to bring for that particular session. And for those of you that are our entrepreneurial sisters, and when I entrepreneurial, it means that you really want to like be more, do more, create more in the world. Yeah, that's all. Nothing else around that. Just be more and serve more. I'm going to ask Cynthia to pop it in the comments. A free group. It's a coven. Let's call it a coven disguised as business. But we're all crazy witches. We're magical, we're wild, and we are developing and cultivating the most beautiful partnership with money. So we can co-create with money. In this space, you're in a vortex where our tribe has already, in 1 year, donated $10,000 to charities around the world as a sisterhood. So it's just a little math. I feel like I'm safe to say that here. It's just a disguise. Business is a disguise. We're here for so much more. Cynthia, if you can put the link in the comments. Is she here? Are you here? It's just a free group. You are more than welcome to join. Yes.
Cynthia couldn't stay awake, so I'm posting it. Oh, Natalia's already done it. She's on it.
Great. There's free content in there. If you like the energy of this, of the truth in this, there's a whole weaving of it in that space, and it's already there. So if you ever forget, jump into that group and remind yourself. Yeah. And then for those of you that are staying on with me after this, that are actually applying for the scholarship, I'll see you soon. But I also want to share with you, is there anyone in this space right now that is like actually here for events, who sees themselves leading spaces like this and leading events and leading retreats? Okay, cool. All right. So I want to share with you something that's kind of just like been bubbling, but now I'm going to share it in this space with you. In January, I'm bringing together 22, only 22, is it 22 now, there's only 19, really ready light workers, like ready, not kind of needing to learn, like you will get the stuff, you'll get everything that I have in my toolkit. But the vision that I have is 22 extraordinary experiences around the world that are wild, that activate just like this kind of activation all around the world, but in retreats and events. Okay. I have an invitation for you guys. For those of you that feel the pull, I want to get to know you. Let's have a conversation, because I'm looking for those that are ready to not just kind of like be in the arena of like, yeah, I'm kind of doing a thing, but I want to teach you how to really scale and generate wholesome income that becomes your livelihood. Because my life now, my 6-figure empire, is actually from doing magical stuff. Yeah. But I'm very skilled in this arena, and I'm ready to impart this to anyone who's really ready. Okay. You'll feel it in your body. Even if your mind's like, I don't know if I'm ready, your like body's like, I've been calling this in. The ones of you that are like, I've been calling this in. So it's a 4-month. I want to just put that there, because those of you that feel it in your body will know. I will share with you the rest in like a private conversation. But if Tani, can you put the link? What I'm powerfully requesting is that if this is you and you're like, yep, bring it on. I just want to journey this with you, Jax. The link that's going in there is an application link. So I can get to know you, so you can get to know you. And for those of you that have worked with me or work with me, there's always a method to my madness, a real method to my madness that connects with the whole. I want to see more of you in your magic. I want to see more of you create a life with your magic and stop trying to figure it out, because you're already magical. So I want to support you in remembering that. Yeah. And so the experience is starting in January. It's not a free experience, just so you know that. So this is actually for those of you that are ready to upskill and scale. But other than that, guys, girls, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing yourself into the space to remember who you are. In essence, this is all this is about. Remembering who you are. So for those of you on this Northern Hemisphere, thank you. Good night. Sleep well. Allow that beautiful reverberation that you are, that light body that we just activated. Allow that to integrate. Drink really pure water. Please, please drink really pure water. Eat well. Take care of yourself. And I look forward to seeing you in our ritual. Check out, just take a look at your emails or reach out to me, join the groups so we just stay connected. For those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, have the most amazing day. And same for you, take care of yourself, please. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. I'm going to close the session. I love you. And for those of you that are sticking around, that are our exclusive scholarship tribe, just stick around and we'll see you soon.